A patient runner when you got him.
I think he learned to run more patiently. And actually watching Priest Holmes, and then he has a lot of those natural things himself, but I think he learned some from Priest Holmes and understanding blocking schemes as well.
Left the Chiefs with 3rd and 11 from their own 24, and D. Brown is in the backfield now, along with Johnson. Green with pressure from his backside, dropped for a loss. Kevin Huntley got there.
Kevin Huntley came around from his backside. Trent didn't see him. He was sliding to the pocket, working up inside. He came around behind him. Right there, he beat Jordan Black. Jordan Black playing left tackle and playing there pretty well. Actually, I felt in studying the tapes, he's maybe one of the most improved offensive players on their team.
And when last we saw Dustin Colquitt, he got off a career-best 72-yard punt.
That was a good series for the Raider defense.
The defense hadn't been their problem.
No.
Chris Griffin would appear to be the guilty party there. 53.
Defense.
Nope.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 40 jumped into the neutral zone, causing the offense a false start. 5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, right?
Jared Cooper is a great special teams player.
Still not enough to help the Chiefs get the 1st down. Colquitt just moves 5 yards closer to Chris Carr, who is stationed at his home 35. Colquitt booms another one. Carr inside his own 20. Gets it back, crosses the 25-yard line, but not by much. A 56-yard punt, 7-yard return. And this was the end of the Chiefs' drive. We'll see what the Raiders can do when we come back.
Nurofen, fast, targeted relief for pain.
Freedom for backs. New heat patches from Nurofen.
Don't turn the ambilight on. I told you not to turn the ambilight on.
I warned you not to do it!
Simplicity is a button that transforms television into an incredible evening.
Hi there, folks. I'm Tim McCarver, thanking you for watching my show exclusively here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports. Join me each week as I conduct in-depth interviews with the biggest stars from the world of sports. Whether you enjoy football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Check out NASN.com for the latest schedules and guest lists, and we'll see you right here on Chevrolet's Tim McCarver Show on NASN.
We had a late flag while you were away. Bernard Pollard was flagged for personal foul. And so the Raiders will start this drive from their own 41. Pollard left to wonder exactly what he did wrong.
Yeah, they have great expectations of this guy, a second-round pick out of Purdue, and they think he's going to be a real fine football player.
Fargas with his first carry of the second half, squeezes through there and crosses midfield before dragged down from behind by Greg Wesley. Fargus with already a career night.
A very good
Picks
lead
up
block
about 15.
by, very good lead block by Zach Crockett. Just is this an old downhill gut type play? You'll see the fullback right here go lead through on the linebacker. Does a good job. Wham! This real nice little crease right there. KCC Mitchell came in from behind but didn't get him wrapped up. See right there, he runs out of those arms. Like I said earlier, this guy is tough.
And I picked on Gallery earlier. That time he got a great block. 14-yard gain for Fargus. Swings this one to Courtney Anderson, and Anderson gets very close to the first down marker, the 35-yard line.
Now they come with that same running action, running a downhill lead play to the left. They come off with the naked now. Shields from an offensive standpoint going to the left. We're looking at it to the right. Gets a flow of the defense, runs a keeper, just drops it out there to Anderson. Here comes Derek Johnson, who has great speed, moving from the inside out to make the play.
Well, it was Johnson they sucked inside at first. It'll be a 2nd and short. Fargus gets the pitch, turned back in by Kendrell Bell. Now he's got a world of problems, but it would seem he has the first down.
Very good reaction by Kendrell Bell. He was not fooled with the fullback diving up inside and then moving away. So he started one way and flipped it out. I've seen that play break many times for great big gains, and Kendrell Bell was not fooled.
Jared Allen with the tackle there. Jared's having a great night so far. He's forced 2 fumbles.
He normally
forced
does.
a fumble, recovered 2.
He just loves to play football, this guy. He's from Los Gatos up here on the peninsula.
The Raiders with a good opening drive of the second half. This is Rashard Lee giving Fargus a break and losing 3. Derek Johnson appeared to be the first guy to get there.
So they showed a 2-deep shell, and then right at the last rolled the safety right up into the run. They ended up with an 8-man front, and they had one more man over there than they could block. It was a good adjustment by the defense.
Now I ask again, is that something that a more experienced quarterback would have checked out of?
No, that was too late. Yeah. They're disguising that 8-man front real well.
A loss of 4 on the play. Lee remains in the ball game while Fargus gets a rest. And it'll be Lee catching this one. And he's got 3 tacklers looking at him. Derek Johnson there among those on the stop. Don't forget, next Saturday night, the playoffs are on the line when the New York Giants travel to face the Washington Redskins in the nation's capital. The action kicks off next Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. The Redskins don't have a lot to play for, but the Giants figure to have an awful lot to play for by that time. They're a team that has really been struggling. And so Walter would expect to have to throw here. And that's been an adventure here in the Bay Area this year. He gets pressure and gets it away. Was trying for Randall Williams. KCC Mitchell.
KCC came around to the inside on a stunt.
And Janikowski is trotting on the field for what would have to be a 52-yard field goal.
He's done it before. He's, like you said earlier.
Actually, it's going to spot at the 53.
There's no wind.
His season long is 51. His career long is 55. This one's got enough. It's good. Janikowski with a season-long 53-yard field goal, his 3rd score of the night. Raiders can't seem to get many touchdowns. They do have 3 field goals. They trail 17-9.
Druids Glen Golf Resort, voted European Golf Resort of the Year 2005. A golfer's paradise in the Garden of Ireland. 2 championship golf courses of contrasting design. The luxurious Marriott Druids Glen Hotel and Country Club, featuring 148 specially appointed guest rooms and a magnificent spa and health centre. Visit our driving range, pro shops, golf academy, and get your golfing tips or tuition from our resident PGA teaching professional.
Some people think the internet is a good thing. The most powerful educational tool the world has ever known. It's preserving our history, keeping the past alive forever. It's the only place where freedom of speech truly exists. Some people think the internet is a good thing. What do you think?
On a windy day in Week 10, Nathan Vasher made a 108-yard dash for history.
Now running right to the 15. Get back upfield. They got a wall up the right sideline. He's got to get all the way back or time's up. And he might. He's still going. He cuts in. He's going to bring it back. It's going to be a touchdown for the Bears. Holy mackerel, what a finish. Nathan Vasher goes coast to coast.
Under Armour. You're looking from on high at McAfee Coliseum in Oakland, California on a Saturday before Christmas, where the Raiders have just gotten a third field goal from Sebastian Janikowski to cut Kansas City Chiefs lead to 8. It's 17-9. And this is Dante Hall with some running room, looking for a block. Gets by Janikowski. No, he doesn't. Janikowski pushes him out.
He likes that.
As he just crosses midfield, the Chiefs will again be operating with a short field. We'll see what Trent Green and they can muster when we come back.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking, it was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton, that was a big moment for me.
Back in Oakland on what's become a very chilly night here. Temperature perhaps dropping below 50 here in the Coliseum. Now McAfee Coliseum. We used to call it the Mausoleum when we used to come up here to watch the Oakland A's play.
I call it worse than that.
The Chiefs operating with a short field. Green will complete to Tony Gonzalez and get it down to the 32-yard line. And as he always does in our telecast, Marshall Falk has kindly joined us. He's down along the sidelines, your former star, Dick. Marshall, good evening.
How's it going, guys?
I'm all right. Marshall, one of the things we've been talking about tonight is the difficulty of guys getting motivated when you're in a place like the Raiders are, where you're 2-12 and playing for nothing, and it's the holidays and you're going nowhere. How do you get jacked up?
You know what? The thing is, for your leadership, it's up to them. Your leaders got to step up and have your guys kind of let the young guys know that there's something to play for. And then there's 31 other teams out there. You're interviewing for everybody.
Do you have some guys really who just have kind of mentally checked out at this point?
You know, especially young guys. Young guys are really tested. When you're winning, it's tough to keep focus. When you're losing, it's really tough to keep focus.
We spoke to Art Shell yesterday about exercising his kind of discipline. And I asked him whether the athletes had changed. He said you're always going to have guys who push back. Do you find on today's rosters there are a lot of young guys who just don't react well to the old school discipline?
You know what, not just young guys, but older guys, guys that have been coached different. And I think that in today's league, what Art Shell found out was that you got to have players on your team that you lean on, that go to the players and try to get them to relate to you, to help you out. You need good leaders on your team.
And Dick, who was it Art Shell pointed out yesterday when we asked him who his leaders are? He pointed to that guy right there, Derek Burgess,
yes,
as one of his leaders.
Yeah, Zach Crockett as well.
Zach Crockett too.
You know, and that's the guys you got to lean on to get the rest of the guys and corral them and rally the troops.
Because you are getting paid, and you're getting the same amount whether you win or lose and put forth the effort or not.
Definitely, and you know, it's not always about getting paid. That's understood, you get paid, but it's about passion and playing, because when you're out here and there's a hard-fought game, you know, you want to continue to play well. And you have guys like Warren Sapp. It doesn't matter about the money, it's all about pride and winning football games.
Sapp just demonstrated that as well. You see, Trent got back good depth. It was a play designed to throw in rhythm. It was covered downfield. He had to get out of the pocket. When he tried to get out of the pocket and move forward, Sapp came off his block, and he hog-tied him and brought him down. There's a guy playing with some pride.
Loss of 2 on the play. Hang on 1 sec, Marshall. We'll ask you one more and then let you get out of here.
Oh!
Coming through was Robert Thomas from his inside backer position. And he just greeted Johnson in the hole.
You'll see Robert Thomas right in the middle of your screen here. He reads it right now. They're going to try to fake the pass and then run the draw. Trent will pump. Here it comes. He sees it right now. There's no one to pick him up. Wham, down he goes.
Marshall, one more quick thing. When the two teams have played so differently, the defensive club has played well and the offensive club has played poorly, you would imagine there's some disagreement on the club. I'll talk to you about that in just a little bit. Let's get this 3rd and 15 first. Green getting out of trouble. Lofting this one into the arms and out of the arms of Fabian Washington. The Chiefs will turn it over on downs.
The Raiders brought the blitz. They haven't been a big blitzing team. You'll see number 24 coming in right there. Michael Huff coming in. Trent gets out of there, and he's trying to heave it as deep as he can, falling back. It isn't going to go as far as he'd like it to go. Darn near picked off by Fabian Washington.
And so Lawrence Tynes will come on and attempt a 45-yard field goal.
He's 7 for 9 from this distance this year.
This one's going to sail wide right. And so the Chiefs come up empty on that drive, and the Raider fans are into it. Their team is down by 8, but they're getting the ball when we come back.
Hi, I'm Mark Messier with an update on the Cold FX NHL All-Star Fan Balloting presented by 2K Sports. Now you can help choose this year's NHL All-Star Game participants. Just click to vote for your favorite players. Visit NHL.com to vote. Vote often.
Now you're seeing the All-Star stuff.
Click to vote, then watch the NHL All-Star Game January 24th on NASN.
So you all right, Jake?
Well, I don't think Mum's been acting a bit weird.
I wouldn't worry about it, son.
Only Actimel contains a good bacteria LC Immunitas. Try it and see if you feel the difference.
Live NHL continues on NASN with an exclusive doubleheader from across the conferences. First up, it's to the east where the Canadiens head to Washington to take on the Capitals. Then Calgary flame up as they enter General Motors Place in Vancouver to battle the Canucks. A live NHL doubleheader this Wednesday night only on NASN.
Saturday Night Football on NFL Network is brought to you by the Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
On Sundays, don't miss any NFL action. Just log on to NFL.com and subscribe to Field Pass. With that, you'll be able to listen to the local radio broadcast live of all the games. Log on to NFL.com and hear all the action. Following a 45-yard field goal attempt that sailed right, Lawrence Tynes missing. The Raiders get a chance to come out and see what they can do. They'll start this drive at their own 35-yard line.
Starting now with 3 wide receivers right off the bat.
Fargus getting back to the 40, a pickup of 5. Marshall Falk continues with us sidelines. Marshall, one of the things we've talked about all night is how well the Raiders' defense has played, but their offense has been so woeful. When you've got 2 units like that, how tough is it to keep everybody on the same page and not have backbiting in the locker room?
You know, Brian, you asked that question, and I've actually been a part of that. But on the other side of the ball, on defense, you know, I mean, on offense, after Dick Vermeer retired and we lost John Bunting, our defense kind of went in the tank on us. And offensively, you know, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Hood, and myself, one of the things we prided ourselves on was going out there and winning football games, regardless, even if it was at the sake of our defense playing bad. And I think right now, you know, and in some games, the Raiders have had that, but it wears on the defense when an offense can't put points on the board.
Yeah, we're looking at Rob Ryan. I guess the embodiment of that was when his dad, Buddy, took a swing at Kevin Gilbride, the offensive coordinator of the Houston Oilers, on the sidelines. I guess that really personified the frustration of one unit against another.
Exactly, because on offense, if you're moving the ball and you're scoring points and your defense giving up points, you have a chance. When your defense, when your offense isn't scoring, your defense is, you really don't have a chance.
All right, Marshall, thanks so very much. Hey, Merry Christmas, pal.
Same to you.
We saw Sammy Knight coming through there and throwing Andrew Walter for a loss. The Raiders will give it up on downs, but I guess the Raider fans are at least happy that this time Walter held on to the football.
Yes, he did hold on to it, but they should be able to slide and pick that up. There was 4 guys coming to the one side, and you should be able to pick that up.
Shane Leckler on to punt. Dante Hall has had a busy night. He's stationed at his 20.
That's a return type ball right there. That's a low one.
Line drive. Hall will return it. He's trying to get to the far sideline. Gets it back to the 42-yard line.
Leckler
before
doesn't
he
punt
is
many
dropped.
like that.
And so the Chiefs will come back out. They're out in front by 8.
Joe Thornton has some speed. You can't stop him.
Häagen-Dazs is so thick and creamy. That's why it melts so slowly in your mouth. So the deliciously rich experience lasts and lasts and lasts. And why not try Bailey's ice cream from Häagen-Dazs? The perfect combination. Häagen-Dazs, the longer-lasting pleasure.
Play football. The 2006 Buccaneers will spend this season as they did their last, pillaging offenses around the league. Rondé Barber, number 20, has created nearly 40 turnovers in his career and is a playmaker on a defense that was ranked number 1 in 2005. No one matches the strength and intensity of linebacker Derrick Brooks, the unquestioned leader in Tampa Bay's reign of defensive domination.
We have 3:28 to play in the third period in Oakland. The Chiefs out in front of the Oakland Raiders, 17-9. The Raiders have the only points of the second half. Chiefs starting this drive with good field position from their own 42.
Offside.
And somebody jumped early on the left side of the Chiefs formation. It would appear to be Brian Waters, but we'll see.
False start. Number 54, our offense. 5-yard penalty remains. First down.
Brian Waters, he just made his 3rd Pro Bowl in a row. Both offensive guards going. Will Shields made his 12th consecutive Pro Bowl, the right guard.
Your guy, Gunther Cunningham, saved Waters' career. He was a tight end.
Yeah, that's right.
Gunther told him, hey, you know what, young man, you can make a lot of money as offensive lineman in this league. This is Larry Johnson. Crossing midfield, getting a first down as he gets to the 45 in the arms of Michael Huff.
They trapped, I think. They pulled and trapped and created a hole up inside, as we'll see it here. Quarterback is going to come back and give it to him, setting to his right side. Here's a tackle trap. That's what I thought I saw. He hits that crease like that, gets going up. He is tough to get down.
And one more carry, and he will tie a franchise record. Kansas City Chiefs, one more carry would tie Christian Okoye for rushing attempts in a season. Gets this one past the 40-yard line for the third down. Again, we have some extracurricular activities up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. That was Tommy Kelly involved for the second time tonight. No flags on the play.
He's another great big guy, 6'6".
Oh, they're an all-bus team. When they get off the bus, they are very, very impressive. They do have the biggest roster in the league. Johnson again. Not
That's
much
the
there.
There's the record.
The Nigerian Nightmare. Remember him? You must have coached against him, didn't you?
Coached against him. No, not really.
You didn't?
No.
When you were at the Eagles, he wasn't
No.
a factor with the Chiefs.
No.
Okay.
He was after.
What do you think, Dick? That gives him 371 for the year. Too many?
For me, no. Give it to your best player.
Not going to wear him out?
Not him.
Johnson will try for the first down to get it. He'll have to string it out, and he won't get there.
Great job of defense there. Defensive player did a nice job.
I think that was Kirk Morrison.
Yeah, and as well as I think Robert Thomas was involved as well. Did a real nice job. You'll see they gets penetration and forces him back, and he can't get turned upfield because Will Shields, the guard himself, gets knocked back. Real good downhill linebacker played by Robert Thomas. Here he comes to the outside there. Excuse me, it's not Robert Thomas.
Yes, it was. It was Thomas.
It
was Thomas first.
Oh, Thomas first. Okay.
Thomas first, Morrison second, and here's Johnson.
First down.
Getting the first down to the 33-yard line.
In being around Larry, you would notice sometimes as he gets lathered up and goes through the ball game and keeps going, he gets stronger and gains momentum as the game goes on. You know,
for the first time tonight, I talked about you in Philadelphia. It gives me an opportunity. What'd you think of Greg Kinnear's performance in Invincible?
He made me look pretty good, I think.
You think he looks like you?
Well, you know, I don't know. I've had people tell me he did, but I don't know. I don't look at things that way. I've had people say he even looked like me. But...
Well, we'll get a shot of him in just a moment. D. Brown gets a carry, and we're coming to the end of. There's another little infraction. There's Greg Kinnear. Looks kind of like a young Dick Vermeil.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Well, we thought we were going to have the end of the period there, but Derek Burgess decided to take matters into his own hands and deposited one of the Chiefs on his derriere after
Personal
the whistle.
foul after the play. Unnecessary roughness, number 56. Defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Oh.
See. Yeah, not smart. Not smart. He pushes Casey Wigman down. Casey kept his poise, and he is the leader. Derek Burgess is the leader. Well, there was a negative move.
Art Shell stoic as always, and that's rubbed some people here in Oakland the wrong way. I guess some of his critics here want him to be more demonstrative. But if you know Art Shell, that's not Art's way.
Yeah, you got to be yourself.
It never has been.
If it works, fine. If they were winning, they'd say they'd love how calm and cool he is on the sideline.
Is he a gentleman or what? We've reached the end of the third period, and they'll take the lonely walk down to the other end. The Chiefs will retain possession. They're leading 17-9.
As well as being a thirst-quenching soft drink,
Yes, that's right, Dave.
a Sprite is also a sort of goblin. This Sprite is not so refreshing at a festival. And it definitely hasn't got any taste.
Here we go. Right and left and right and right. Left and right and right and left.
Try new Sprite Z. Great Sprite taste, 0 added sugar.
The Arctic ice is shrinking at a record pace. Electricity used by lighting is one of the biggest sources of CO2 emissions. New Philips energy-efficient lighting now uses less electricity than ever before, helping reduce CO2 emissions. Simplicity is a light bulb that can help change the world.
Start the new year off on NASN with all your top North American sports action. The NFL reaches its postseason, and we bring you full coverage of the wild card weekend and the divisional and conference championships. The NHL shows what its best have to offer with the NHL Young Stars Game, the Super Skills Competition, and the 2007 All-Star Game. And we've got lots more top college basketball featuring Texas, Indiana, and Connecticut. Plus, we've got a live viewer's choice. Just some of your highlights this January on NASN.
Warren Sapp went over and extended holiday greetings to his former coach down in Tampa Bay. Those folks shared some good times down there together, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they won a lot of football games and played great defense.
Following the personal foul, the Chiefs have a 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. And this is Johnson again. Man, he's getting a workout tonight.
Warren is just a seasoned greetings guy down there, isn't he?
He's had a good night.
He must be trying to apply for a job. Hard to cut him off when he starts in a direction. Hard to cut him off from an outside angle like that by an offensive tackle. Usually needs some help inside.
Sorry, give Johnson a pickup of 3. There's the end around. This time Eddie Kinnison takes it, trying to get back to the first down marker, but he's rudely brought down at the 10-yard line. Thomas Howard came over and hog-tied him.
They've been giving the ball to Larry Johnson in one specific direction, getting flow, people coming in from the backside. That's a good call. Counter it, give it that motion back coming around.
Well, that's the one you talked about in the first period when it was Dante Hall coming around.
Yes.
3rd and short for the Chiefs. Green with 2 defenders in his face gets it off, but in and out of the hands of Chris Wilson, who was not going to get the first with the reception anyway.
They bar everybody here. You'll see everybody in the box coming in here. You'll see it right here. He starts, here they come. There's too many people to block. He can't get set up to throw the ball in any way. Many times you get just enough ump on that kind of a throw that you can get it there. At that time he couldn't do it.
And so Tynes is on for a 28-yard field goal attempt. He's already made one from 29 and missed from 44. This one's right down the middle. And Tynes, with a lot on it, has moved the Chiefs out in front by 11. They're out in front 20-9 with 13:40 to play in the game.